So what are we about to talk
Wait, I
about?
think he's talking about women.
I'll talk about women.
I don't know, it kind of just felt...
Well, I like how that's the first thing you thought I was
Alright, so
that's how you think.
I have some cool stuff.
everyone, audio clap together. 3, 2,
1.
Sweet. Alright, so starting now. Welcome to the Piece by Piece podcast. I'm your host, William Parham. I'm here with my two co-hosts.
You know, it's your boy, Takai Hogan, and...
Here's Bass.
Alright, so. Good. All good, all good. So today we're here with 1, 2, 3. Can I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're here with 6 special guests, and we're here to talk about how to identify a bad friend / partner / member, and how to cut ties with them if things aren't working out for you. This podcast is dedicated towards mental health, but a disclaimer: none of us are professionals. We're all talking from life experience and academic knowledge. So please, if you feel like you're going through something harsh, traumatic, so on and so forth, seek professional help because none of us are professionals. Now, introducing our guest, starting from left to right, we're going to start with... You good.
Michael Tedros.
That one.
D, or a D.
Meer.
Maxo Beats. Hey, Maxo.
One know it's Pete Bando.
Sweet, fellas. Oh, yeah. Nice to meet you all. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about how to identify a bad friend, partner, or group member, whether it's in a friendly setting, co-work setting, school life, anything. We all go through life. We all meet different people. And some of those people may offend us or bother us in a way where we can't stand them or be around them anymore. Sometimes they live in our head rent-free, and other times they just come in our lives just to, excuse my language, fuck with us. And no one's cool with that, and no one can handle that. But some people will really just bite the bullet and just keep them around. So, through my experience, I can identify someone as being a bad friend or partner through the way they treat me. So, I was raised by the golden rule. Respect those, give the same respect as you would want from others. I think that's how it goes. So if someone's not giving me the same respect I give them, that's an immediate red flag for me, especially when they're overstepping boundaries that I've already set. So for instance, if I'm not cool with you getting in my personal space and touching my stuff, that's a red flag. And if you do it anyways, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you gotta back off. But also, if you continue to do it, meaning following me around campus or wherever I'm posted up, you wanna follow me there and you still wanna bother me, I'm not saying I'm a fighter, but it does agitate me to the point where I would throw hands. So
you got fighting guys.
Nah, seriously.
That's weird, bro.
No, because I'm mad
so
chill.
heated so fast.
Because I was thinking about a memory, if I'm really minding my own business type shit. Right. But if I'm by myself and someone's constantly trying to follow me, posted up, and I already gave you a sign bro, leave me alone. You're you're getting on my nerves. You're asking to instigate something. And sure, if my words aren't enough, I will have to throw hands. That's just...
Bro, I feel cold out.
Me, that's me. We live in that day and age. But I want to get a panel of everyone's experience. So starting with Takai.
Actually, I think we should start with our guests because from every episode we've done so far, I think our viewers will understand exactly what we're going to say. So...
Yeah,
All right.
I'd like to, any one of you guys would like to start?
We should probably start on one of the ends.
That's what I'm saying. Work our way around.
It don't matter to me. But what would be the question?
So, how would you identify a bad, partner, someone who's bothering you to the point where you have to cut ties with them?
Dang. All right. Do I take this mic or that mic?
Yeah, take that mic.
Got you. So, honestly, I would say it's very much in accordance to what you said. It's just setting those boundaries, you feel me? And when you set those boundaries, they have to be verbalized. If I internalize my boundaries, then it's I didn't really set them. It's as if they didn't exist. But if I verbalize my boundaries to the opposing parties or whomever, and then those are broke time and time again, and I, express how I feel about it, then it's clearly that the person doesn't respect me as an individual. Right. So now if they don't respect me as an individual, you feel me, then it's however I choose, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has to be proportionate as well, you feel me? Because I'm not gonna, risk my freedom in certain degrees of, if it's not proportional to the level of disrespect, you feel me? So I'm not, it's have to just be realistic and measurable in a sense. But yeah, so if my boundaries are broken, then it's like up to me. Like I'm in control of my life. Like my world is mine. I don't gotta let my world be influenced and interrupted by those individuals that I see that, you know, like I don't have to be around them. So it's that simple. Like I don't have to retaliate per se, you feel me? Because I could just not be around them, and that's my retaliation. Just let them do what they do, you feel me? And karma is gonna get them how it gets them, and I'm gonna continue living how I live and get it how I get it. So we just, you feel me, do what we do, and we go about our own ways. It doesn't say I have to be static or beef. I would just hope that person learns to respect people's boundaries on their, you know what I'm saying, go through their journey, because their journey is not mine, my journey is not theirs. That's how I feel. So same thing, very much the same as you said, you feel me? I'm just trying to be more diplomatic in a sense, right? And be more mature as niggas get older and shit, you feel me? Yeah, just, you feel me? Trying to, you know, avoid,
No, big facts.
Yeah,
you feel me?
We completely understand what you have to say.
Taking that mature approach. So like
shit.
when we're younger, we're more hot-headed, so we're able to like, you know, react quicker without thinking. But now that we're older, we have to take precautionary measures.
Niggas gotta be more methodical.
Yeah, you can take a
Especially-
charge or get a charge for like, you know, doing the wrong thing.
Especially like when you under
extra large.
when you under 18, you could afford to get into certain, you know, certain trouble. But as a grown man, we're now adults. So it's like everything has, you feel me, realistic, you know, ramifications. Where it's like, damn, you feel me? So it's like everything has to make sense. I just try to, you know, make sure everything makes sense. That's what it is. My fault, buddy.
Willard, do you want to do any experiences
Yeah, I can
with those as well? Or
Make you all comfortable. I can give an experience. Yeah. So, you know, when you're in college, you meet new people. I'm not going to give out names because I'm not going to, like,
name drop?
yeah, I'm not going to put someone out there. But given my said experience at the beginning of my time in college, I had a decent group of friends where we all shared a common, like, you know, activity together. And so we'd hang out and we like play with each other and like that sounded wild. That sounded wild.
Whoa, you guys play with each other? Like,
Stop. We'd all hang out and, you know, we chop it up and like, you know, talk the shit, do what we got to do.
Play around.
And so like, yeah, I know that sounded wild. That sounded childish. But long story short, we hang out. Man's put me on with, you know, said friend, and I thought, you know, girl was cool as fuck, like down, whatever. And then later on, I find out Man's is like using me as like a middle way to kind of like go behind my back with this chick, because he introduced me to her as like a new friend, but he had old ties with her. So it kind of fucked me up because like I was already minding my business and I was already going through like some real mental health shit because dealing with depression, anxiety medication.
I'm sorry to hear that too, Brody. Like,
It's wild.
Like, I don't feel like there's enough support in like the community for men. So like, I'm sorry to hear that for you, Brody. Like,
No, I appreciate
I'm
it.
hearing what you're saying. Like, what you're saying isn't being ignored. Like this is an open space for real. Like,
You get the vibes. I appreciate it, man.
Nah, word.
So long story short, yeah, man, like low-key, who I thought was a friend kind of like set me up for a fake-ass heartbreak type shit. So it kind of fucked me up. And I was like, yeah, those aren't the type of friends I want to keep around. So I just, you know, moved out and then started living on my own and chilling with my dog and had to self-reflect for a little bit. So that's my bad experience of identifying a bad friend.
Nah, word.
Well, I'd like to ask, how exactly did you find out? So for those because, you know, this is the topic of today's episode.
Oh, how did I find out?
Yeah.
What, it was a bad friend?
Yeah.
Oh, I found out it was a bad friend because, like, you know, one of his friends kind of brought up all the information to me. So she was telling me, like, oh, yeah, so-and-so had history with this person. Like, they've been going on for a while, and I was just getting to UMBC. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, why would he put me on with them? He's like, nah, they do this all the time. They try to find someone to, like, rekindle their spark or whatever. And I'm like, oh.
Damn.
So I was like, damn, it's like that.
That's wild as fuck.
So
Yeah.
you know what that reminds me of, bro? That sound like some. You ever seen a Great Gatsby?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The Great
That's
Gatsby.
exactly what that sounds like.
The Great Gatsby.
We need mess on this. Yeah.
Like, what, on like a bad friend or the Gatsby thing?
Right. You feel me?
Gatsby thing, bro.
Bro, you know what? I'm gonna let Bando kind of like do it because I see like parts of it, but I kind of remember a little bit, but not.
Hell yeah, they was the main couple in a relation. Like, you know, Gatsby came in as like a third leg into this third wheel into the situation.
What?
and then there was the main couple. You feel me?
Wasn't he like a pickup? Wasn't Gatsby like it was like some like triangle thing, right? Yeah.
He was a third wheel, just you feel me, like getting in between the already pre-existing marriage and relationship. Yeah,
It was the new money.
Oh,
but
true.
it's not even about the new money aspect. It's about how fast they moved on. Once he died, they just got back together and switched towns. Like they be doing this shit often.
That ass.
That's weird as hell.
Hell yeah, break it down.
I got you,
Break it
bro.
down for me, bro.
Alright, bro. The Great Gatsby, bro. How the fuck I clicked this? shit?
Because I didn't necessarily synopsize the whole story, but that theme is in relation to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this
I
particular incident.
Nah, The Great Gatsby was about like so. Yeah, it was a love triangle, but like Leonardo DiCaprio, whatever, came in. He was the smuggler who just made a ton of money, pretty much, and then he just got in between, got killed. But like he got in between the wife and the husband, but the husband was already was had an affair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it wasn't like that big of a deal to be real, but he just got killed because of it. It was kind of just like, and he was just living an extravagant life. It wasn't nothing too crazy. It was nobody was really the bad guy in that.
Hell yeah.
Everyone was just like unaware.
In reality, there is no real bad guy. There's just someone who looks out for themselves.
I would say
And it's just in reality, in real life, there is no bad guy. You're just looking out for yourself. I mean, there is obviously,
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
obviously, there is there's bad. Like, if you kill like 30 people, you're a terrible person. Like, there's something wrong with you. You feel me? Like, yeah. But obviously, technicality, if you steal bread for your family, like, who am I to say that's bad? Like, you feel me? You can't pay for it. Who am I to tell you you can't steal for your family? You know?
Right. Like everyone has justified actions. Behind what they say,
yeah.
But like at the same time, it's still like deemed in the wrong or based on societal standards.
Yeah, but that's what comes around on my shit. Like for like my bad friend, like to identify a bad person, bro. Like reality, like which you deem justifiable. What that person deems is just, if I have it doesn't matter what kind of issue you have going on. If I try to have a conversation with you about it, and you try and justify it to the point where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna change it no matter what, or I'm not gonna not change it, or like I'm not gonna help you understand it, or you just seem like very deflective about it. And I understand being defensive about certain things, or being like, you know what I'm saying? Everyone has trauma, everyone has issues, and that's understandable. But like, there's some people that try and justify it. And it'll be like certain things like calling people names or calling people words or, punching people or touching people and shit like that,
Yeah.
That's this type, but that's how I know that there's something going on. You feel me? That's how I know that there's something deeper than that. And that's something you want to stay away from.
Would you say that's like insecurities, like when someone's reflecting that?
Yeah, it can be. Like I'm an insecure person too, but you guys know me. We're all friends. Like, you guys have seen how I interact with people.
Yeah.
But I don't reflect my insecurities like that. You feel me?
I see exactly.
But people that reflect their insecurities, I understand. Like I feel you. I know right now you're weak, but I can't. Like you can't be around that, because at the end of the day, they're gonna lean on you so heavy that it's gonna put you in situations like your homeboy did. Yeah. Real talk. That's what it was. He was so insecure. Like he would look. I need to take my hood off. My mom's gonna watch this. Yeah, shout out mom. Hi mom. Like for real.
No, we feel you.
Listen, but listen. Like, for real, he was so insecure about his relationship with his girl that he needed to bring another man, his homeboy, to try and mess with her so that she would be like, oh, I need to go back to him before he because he's putting me on. Yeah, like, you feel me? There's I'm telling you, that's the reality of it. And I come from a bad relationship, bro. Like, real talk. Yeah. Like, it's the same thing. There's certain things that as a man I'm insecure about. Everybody has insecurities, but it's on us to choose our reflections of it.
Bingo.
You feel me? And it's also, like, when you said bad partner,
yeah,
it's also on our partners to help us work around that too. The same way it's on both of us. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that needs to be understood. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have a question to what you said earlier. You said that when your friend or partner is always punching. Is you referring to punching up and punching down? This is specifically for the viewers. So like, would you consider punching up as a sign of weakness, or not necessarily in physical weakness, but in a sense of low morality?
When you say punching up, what do you mean?
Like, say you have a problem with someone who is doing better than you in life, and then you talk bad about them because they're doing better than you in life. Would you consider that a sign of low morality or a bad friend or partner?
Not like a hater to me.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
I say low morality.
I say low morality, but I think if it's a partner, I think that it's on you. You should work on your partner. That's something you got to work on with your partner. That's something when you like. We're all young. Like at this age, we cannot decide on a partner.
Oh, big facts.
For real, I hope everyone understands that.
Yeah, but
no,
this
real
is-
talk. I mean, don't get me wrong. People can, and by all means, if you do, I respect it.
I don't think age
But-
got nothing to do with mindset, bro.
Bro, but it's not even mindset, bro. It's more about. Nah, it's not about mindset. You can have a money-making mindset. I can have the same mindset as anybody else, but doesn't mean that it's like gonna make him a good partner. That doesn't make him that. It means if you can still handle both, if you can both handle each other in a way that's proper, then that was what makes you a good partner.
Like there might be a correlation, right? But it's not a one-to-one correlation between age and then mental maturity. And my like, you feel me? Or emotional maturity, etc., etc. You feel me? There could be a strong or relatively okay correlation. You feel me? Type shit. Nah, yeah, that's all I was saying. That you know what I'm saying. You know, like when you're graphing like the correlations between, you feel me, two things. Like the correlation graphs or whatever they call it. You feel me, like a scatter plot. Yeah. So I'm saying that the line of best fit might not be an exact 1-to-1 ratio between age and whether it be emotional maturity or it be your intelligence or whatever, you know, the case may be. So you could be any age and then had the wisdom of a 60-year-old, or like age is not necessarily a barrier for anything in life. It's just one thing that I believe in, you feel me? That's what I'm adamant about in any facet, whether that be love, you feel me, whether it be career, whether it be talent, like anything, you feel me?
Yeah, I'm not saying like age is the reasoning behind it. Like obviously it's not. You can be whatever age and find your love. I'm saying that at certain ages it doesn't make sense to just chase after that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At this age, does it make sense for you or how? I mean, I'm 20 years old. I'm about to be 21. Well, how old are you? How old are y'all?
That's
You
not
feel me?
projecting, bro.
But like, what you mean?
That's like you projecting your situation onto everybody else.
How is that projecting?
Cause that's how you
Hold
feel.
on. You want the link? You know,
Now I'm just saying like potentially, you feel me?
Nah, how is that
I'm
projected?
saying that you assuming that, cause I know people, bro, that's our age that have children, that have kids, that have
Bro,
family.
but how like what? All right, how many people your age is really succeeding in their life with kids and family?
Bro, it's people that is possible. That's what I'm trying
But
to
I'm
say.
saying that's not
I'm
what the
saying, like,
conversation
it
about.
could
We talking
be,
about
it could
what
be a
makes a good or bad
correlation.
partner.
That's what I'm trying to say. It could be a correlation, but it's not a one-to-one.
I don't want to cut off
relationship. It could be a .68. You know what I'm trying to
But,
say?
like, how does that-
slope? You feel me? On the white.
It's not perfect, but it's better than what could be worse.
I'm
is what
not
I'm trying to say.
disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it's not necessarily
I think-
100%
The
true.
audio on.
So
I don't know what he's. I don't get
Can
it.
I make it easier? Well, I think he's saying is that it's not bad to be in love, but it's not like the goal to be chasing love.
Like,
Yeah, you
like
don't want
focus on yourself.
unrequited.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
don't want unrequited love.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly. I don't think that is even love.
I'm sorry to cut off the conversation here, but could we please try to keep it on topic?
Nah, I feel like love is on topic, right? Because if you
Yeah.
love
That's not. I mean,
somebody,
that's not good or bad partner though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
It was more trying to find, what exactly, how to, traits and,
Yeah.
experiences
But sometimes
for
you
a
love
bad,
somebody
good
so
partner.
much that you feel me, that you want to keep them around, even despite them not necessarily having their own growth mindset. That's what I think it comes down to. Cause you could, you know what I'm saying? You could have love for somebody, bro, and then they don't want to improve. They don't have a growth mindset. They might have a stagnant mindset. So it's about really having a growth mindset. So that's where even breaking the boundaries comes into play. Like going back off of what you were saying, D. For me, it was like if that person has a growth mindset and you inform them of how they broke your boundaries and shit, they're gonna be willing to understand and grow past that. And you know what I'm saying? Take heed and my fault, bro. Da 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 da. But a nigga might be have a stagnant mindset. So it's like, man, and be, you know what I'm saying? Like ignore, you know what I'm trying to say, and like
So
be deflective.
what you're
And
talking
that's why
about
he's
is,
just stuck
like,
where he's at. And
Compatibility and personality?
It's not even but it's not necessarily compatibility. It's more so that translates to all aspects of his life.
But how was
Not
I
just
I'm still confused.
I'm also
All
confused.
right. I don't want to cut this off. We're gonna come back to
everything
this
is related.
because I wrote it down: love and a growth mindset, and then comparing it to what again? Because we can talk about this during chop time. I just want to keep this on topic.
I'm saying that goes into the breaking of boundaries because you can love someone so much that you can keep them around despite them breaking your boundaries. So that's when it's about their mindset. You feel me? Whether or not want to cut that tie off. You feel me? In a sense,
Right.
are they willing to grow? Like, you feel me? Or are they just gonna be stagnant? And then now I'm saying that element is pervasive in all aspects of their life, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's just who they are. So it's not just about they just doing that to what I'm saying are my boundaries, but they just doing that in terms of life. Them niggas is just not trying to grow. And this just happened to be one facet of where they're not trying to grow.
Just a growth versus a fixed mindset, and everyone has different
That's what I'm
standards for
saying.
how to
So-
handle it. I see what you're saying.
So I'm saying that would be the underlying caveat of what we're saying.
From a relationship standpoint, I could see what you mean when it comes to like cutting someone off. Then, if someone wants to grow, are they going to still keep them around if they don't want to grow anymore?
So it goes down to a good versus a bad friend.
Right.
Are they gonna grow to be a better friend, or are they gonna?
Like, is it going to be? Yeah, is it a productive relationship? Like, do you see this friendship becoming bigger than something that it is, or is it going to stay stagnant and remain where it
That's
shall
what I'm
be?
saying.
Or someone like with their general best like interest, like your best interest in their regard, like good traits and looking in someone is like someone who's not going to project onto you when they're going through a rough time, or is looking past like what you got and considering your relationship and background and not just projecting onto you. Like, so many people in our generation just get projected on and like told their feelings are invalid. Like, you need to watch out for things like that, because yeah, I've gone through things like that. I've seen friends go through things like that. Like, they'll just generally stop you from doing things that are like beneficial to you. Like, I even had this friend at one point, like, he was going through a toxic relationship, and he struggled with his weight for a long time. And before he was dating her, he was actually like in a pretty like good weight. And I'm saying this out of just like from an observer standpoint. And I remember like him getting into the relationship with her and him breaking his diets and doing all this. And I'm calling her. I'm like, but bro, you work so hard to like gain your diet. And he was like, she told me that she didn't want me to be on a diet. She wanted to cook for me. And so he was eating stuff like pasta, and I seen him start to gain his weight back. And I just like, you already know what that does to someone mentally, already being obese or not making the status quo up for what people think is acceptable. Like, it was just crazy. It's just like, she was really like setting him back so much, and he was blind to it. It's just like being able to spot the things that people will do to you just so you can't advance forward with your life or make you look undesirable to someone else, almost in a sense.
Yeah, people setting you back from what you are and what you work towards. So like when you make all this progress in your life, and then someone comes in and just throws it all away for nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, as an individual, you met this person through the stature of everything you're doing. Like, you built this resume or repertoire of accomplishments or self-improvement, and then someone comes in and just says, fuck all that shit.
The
and just
biggest
breaks it
thing,
down.
like, I think I can even just say to anyone trying to, like, go into a relationship or going to make friends, just, like, take it easy. Like, vibe into it. Like, you can't rush something if it's genuine. Like, be a genuine person. Like, if you're real with someone, they're gonna fuck with you. Like, they're gonna mess with you. Like,
I would say I would say you gotta be careful, because sometimes, like, especially when you're in a group friends, like, depends like what you're working on. Certain friends will be sneaky about things, like they'll add fear into your goals, type stuff like that. Like, I always said this, right? So when I
and that also leads into knowing your friends as well, like knowing the people who are around you as well, like knowing who you're giving 100% of your true energy. And like, yeah, you're gonna meet some people who you vibe with, but you can't tell them just 100% of your whole life off rip.
Absolutely not.
Someone's gonna have an impression off you off of that first time. And it just goes into like really knowing who you're with and like not analyzing your friends, because you don't want to analyze your friends.
Yeah, because then you're like, well, why are you watching me so much?
Just knowing who you're with, like.
I think the hardest thing about, sometimes you really don't know till you're in a situation where, say for example, if an opportunity arises, you start seeing people be sneaky. Like, they'll almost effort, nah man, like, yo, like, say for example, you're trying to think. The only thing I could say is kind of like we've been like in the music scene, like, you know, where people will be like, nah, man, you don't want to work with him. And the whole time that person may have motion, or like, and then people would try to like convince you not to work with said person. And the whole time it's just because they go behind your back to work with said person. I've seen it personally, like working in the music scene in New York. Like, I see this, it's a backstabbing game, man. It's like that almost everywhere in America. But like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I've noticed the most. It's like you really, like, say for example, you know, you've been riding with people for like 2 to 3 years. You don't know until you're put in that position. That's why, like, I feel like it's so hard to know when to cut someone off, because you're like, some people, we get like attached to certain people and we're like, damn, man, we went, you know, we got out the mud together. And then when you get to like a certain point, you're like, man, fuck, like, yo, they are like, damn, this guy's like, you know, I think most of us at this age, we can tell when someone's about to do some sneaky shit. You feel me? Like, we can almost feel it, especially like if you're older and been in the most situation. You're like, fuck no. Yeah.
You learn from it.
Yeah, but so you gotta be. So sometimes it's. I get what you're saying. Sometimes it's hard, like, to understand like when to cut someone off, because some people really. It really depends. Some people are just not as assertive as others. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like I had to work on that before. I wasn't really as assertive before, and I kept some people that were really, really toxic around me, and honestly, was eventually my downfall. And like that's really on me. But
Like, think about it, like, when you're in the workplace. Oh, Mike, you want to say something?
Yeah.
But can I say something first? Thank you. So to add on to what you said, I also feel like relationships, like, they come and go. Like, regardless, like, we learn that, like, that shit's just gonna come. Like, sometimes you get into it deep, but like, I feel like I've been through enough relationships with people where, like, I kind of always now, like I won't get hurt as much anymore, just because I have like this, like, almost like a cushioning, because like I know now that like it might not have like work out forever.
Right.
But like I'm just kind of chilling with the moment, like.
You know, I feel that. Like, you know yourself well enough that you know what you're gonna put up with and what you're not gonna put up with.
Yeah.
So like, if someone were to cross that line, or like you still want to fuck with them to keep you around, you're just like nonchalant, like it's whatever. Like, it's not gonna get to me because I know you're not gonna be here for long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
So, I wanted to. I remembered a couple things. What y'all were talking about. Something important was somebody that really cares about you or that's good to be around you isn't gonna try to cage you up in what you are now. They're gonna be a supplement. They're not gonna be that cage. I feel like that's what y'all like. Yeah.
Projecting limitations.
Mhm. Yeah. So they're gonna make you feel like you have no limits, not like you are limited.
Exactly.
That's how I see that.
But then sometimes. Oh no, I'm listening. My fault.
No. Because I was gonna go to their points too.
Nah, yeah, do your thing.
Okay. Well, with y'all, I get exactly what you're saying, and I get exactly what you're saying. Like, you're saying you're gonna try your best, like, right now, because, like, why not? You know what I mean? Like, nothing bad happened. You already did the assessments. Like, is this worth it? Probably, right? That's pretty much how I've been thinking about things recently. Like, I'll give out all my energy until, like, I see, like, oh, so that guy's acting weird, this and that. You know what I mean?
snake me type of stuff. Like you can. Yeah.
Snake,
Exactly.
snake oil salesman.
So, and like last thing is like, back to what you were saying was, you never really know if somebody's a good or bad friend until they have the chance to inconvenience you, or they have the chance to screw you over and you like get some kind of gain from it, and they don't do it. You'll never really know. Like you can tell, huh? No, I like okay. So like I said, I give my 100%. Like to everybody, so like people can probably tell if I'm like if I'm trying to be real.
Until it goes to shit,
Yeah.
you can't.
No,
That's real talk.
Yeah.
Like, that's
There's
the
a
only
reason
way.
why intuition is a word though.
And there's
No, you
signs.
get the
There's
red
definitely
flags. You get the
low-key
red flags
signs.
slowly.
Flags,
You
but,
got-
like, that doesn't mean that doesn't make it proven though.
No.
Of course not.
You
Then
can-
that's
you
just a
can't-
matter
but,
of
like, I mean, like,
trusting your intuition.
I mean, unless you got some proven facts, but like that's the thing though. You can't like honestly, it's not.
But that's when you
I feel you though. Like
you
it
gotta
makes
distance
sense.
yourself a little bit.
I'm trying to go one at a time though, because like we don't want to like muffle it between you both.
Go ahead.
Speak your piece.
It makes sense like to it makes sense to like use your intuition or like the red flags for real.
You can put it off. So use your intuition for your red flags.
Yeah, it's cool to use like or like the red flags, but at the same time, it doesn't make it proven. Like I can't treat anybody in here differently until they fuck up.
Oh, okay.
That you know what I'm saying? That's real life, and I feel like that's like on me though. I do that shit. Like I won't treat anybody in here differently until y'all fuck up.
I would just like
You fuck
I
up,
value.
I'm gonna treat y'all like shit. I'm gonna treat you.
somebody different.
I value my personal.
No cap.
No, I mean if they fuck up, then I'm gonna treat them different. Like you feel me?
I understand. I value my personal space. Me though, like as a man, you feel me? Like if I get those red flags or those signs, like if I feel like it's something fishy going on, I'ma just distance myself. It doesn't mean I'ma treat them differently or ostracize them in any sensitive way, or you know what I'm trying to say. But I'ma just be around them. I'ma be less feel me? I'm gonna just be around them less often, less frequent to avoid. You know what I'm saying? But then it's a lot of like you could feel that, bro. Like you certain times you could feel like it's smaller signs before the actual. You could hear the hiss before you get the snake bite. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not even how they treat you. You gotta watch how they treat other people.
Exactly. That was what I was.
Yeah, I mean,
saying.
yeah, but that's still regardless. That's still that's like watching an inconvenience to somebody else. How do you know they're gonna treat you the same way?
Because they treat me like if they treat them like that, then it's like,
at the same time, why you telling me there isn't snake people you know that you treat like shit and there's not people you treat like family? There's people that you still like. There's people that there's people that you still have to see every day. Yeah, you feel me? There's still people you have to see every day. You still have to interact with them. I don't have to see
anybody.
You tell me you don't work with nobody that you have to see every day you don't like? You don't go to school with nobody that every day you don't like?
Nah, I don't. If I don't like, I'm just me personally where I'm at in life. You feel me? I don't like just. Feel me? I'm just. Feel me? Where I'm currently at. I don't gotta be around nobody I don't want to be around.
That's tough. That's a privilege.
But I'm saying
that's a privilege.
That's where I strive to be. You feel me? In life. You feel me?
Yeah,
what I'm at right now is temporary. I strive. That's where I'm trying to reach eternal tranquility. You feel me?
Bro, I feel you. But I'm saying like.
Talking to next though, when you're ready, like when you know someone's like being messed up in the group.
Yeah, bro. I know you
that off.
Well,
so when we talking about relationships,
I was gonna say it's just for me. It's one of my mans, right? T Money. He had said something that really, you know what I'm saying, that I internalized, that really resonated with me, and it was really about like how is like you feel me. You hear this a lot, but loyalty over love. And then his explanation was really resonating because he said loyalty reveals your character. Oh, for sure. And love is just an action. Right. You feel me? So it's like loyalty and your character is constant, doesn't change. The action is instantaneous, is in the moment. So he was like, yeah, you feel me? Because some people, you could know they just toxic, you know what I'm trying to say? And shit like that. And you could know they're just going to project limitations onto you, but now they're loyal though, you feel me?
Well,
so now it's about...
How would you identify toxic? I feel like that's a word.
I would say projecting those limitations onto you, not necessarily like you feel me. I'm telling you, I'm about to go do this, that, and the third. Nigga, you can't do that, nigga. You might, like, you feel me?
No, that is very tough. I will admit that is the
shit.
I mean,
I don't know. I feel like
that nigga can still be a loyal nigga.
Like you telling me if your girl like I'm about your girl
identify like what is toxic.
Yeah, hold up. You can't say that. So you telling me if your girl say, I mean that really do speak on what your partner would do. You telling me if your girl say, oh, I'm about to go to the club, do this, and dance, shake some ass or whatever. She telling you she about to go shake some ass or something. You gonna be cool with that? You're not gonna be like, nah. But at the end of the day,
so what's the parallel? My fault.
The parallel, I mean,
between the like, I don't wanna. You feel me? I'm trying to understand it better.
What you mean? What you mean parallel?
I'm trying to understand like
what are you using that reference into?
Like,
he's talking about being toxic.
Like how is that to like you saying like limitations, right? Setting
so
limitations.
I'm projecting limitations.
Yeah, if like your girl tell you that, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm not trying. Why would you do that? You're not gonna let her do. You gonna let her do that?
That's when
that's cool with that.
Then it's the boundary.
I mean, I'm saying you're not gonna set that boundary.
The conflicts, but I'm saying that's in that sense, right? That's different from me. Someone else projecting limitations onto me with something that has nothing to do with them.
I'm saying,
like, but then now I'm internalizing her actions onto me as a man. So I'm involving. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I'm telling you I'm about to be an astronaut and you saying, nigga, you can't be an astronaut. Like, what that got to do with you?
That's not. I'm saying though, like you're not gonna set. So in a relationship, you're not gonna set boundaries with your partner.
Of course, those are my.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Are you not going to set? Is that setting boundaries toxic?
I think we're even predating like the advent of like that relationship, right? I already have set boundaries for myself.
I mean, is there a limitation? So it's not about. It's setting. I'm saying it's setting boundaries, like a limitation in a relationship, like being like, nah, I'm uncomfortable with this. Is that toxic? I don't think that's toxic.
No, okay, so hold on.
It's the same way I respect you.
Yeah, so
the same way I want the same. I want.
It's different type of boundaries because that's a.
You don't like.
Okay, I see what's going on. So
it's different type of.
Like I see what's going on. So we're talking about toxicity. Like you're talking about from a relationship point of view. And like, yeah, no, I get it. No, there's some boundaries you got set. You're talking about those one friends that are like, this applies to anything you want to do in life. Say for example, you do music, right? Y'all do music, and there's that one friend. yo, my boy, like, you nice, but I mean, yo, you know, you could like tone it up, especially when they're saying something like, like he means like slick hating. That's what we mean by, I know what you're saying. He means totally slick hating. Like, say for example, I don't rap, bro, I ain't gonna lie, like dead ass. And y'all be like something like, damn, man, I can't wait till I'm double XL. You'd be like, fuck no. You already know off the bat, that is hating. Like, that is toxic, because at that point you start projecting like your insecurities. Like, imagine if like, say for example, like, all right, me and you rap, right? Say for example, me and you rap, right? And like, I'm saying like, man, I can't wait to be double XL, and you're like, you might be like better, or I don't know, you know, depends, better, like worse than me, and you're like, nah, like, fuck no, he ain't gonna be double XL, yo. Cause you know what, it's one of those things, just like, it comes from like proximity. Like, if me and you started rapping together, say for example, we all start rapping together, you know, it like, and there's like, nah, like, nah, man, like, they start laughing at like your goals. Like, that is, like you said, projecting a type of insecurity. Like, I get what you mean. But I know
what you mean, like, just being a hating motherfucker.
Which is dangerous. No, but that's what I'm saying, like.
And loyal.
Yeah, I feel you. Like, I feel you. You're not talking about like setting boundaries. You just genuinely mean like being a hating ass person.
Yeah. Bro, yes.
Literally being like, yo, like, so like, say you, like you said, you making music, and like, say you spit some shit. Yeah. That shit was trash.
Right.
That would be fucked up if I said that.
No, but sometimes you gotta be honest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hype you up.
All right. But settle it down though. Settle it down. Because now it's getting muffled.
Me just being like.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. So sometimes,
ASMR type beat.
That's like.
So did I got
No, bro, we're not really doing this for real like this, bro.
Bitch, I got some light. Anyways, so you know, we still have one more guest who hasn't spoken yet. I don't know if Meer, did you get a chance to speak? Okay.
Maxo spoke.
So we need to get Yash.
Yash.
My fault.
So we went from identifying what being toxic is to understanding how it helps identify a bad friend, partner in the workplace, in the relationship. And then now we're getting into like, when should you cut them off, or how should you cut them off when you realize they are toxic?
I've had to cut off a lot of people. I would say don't do it in a way that spoils yourself, you know. Don't make it seem like, you know, don't do it screaming, don't do it angry, don't do it disrespectfully. Mm-hmm. Reason being is because a while you're gonna look back at it and you're gonna be like, damn, I was really sounding immature, because eventually we all grow up, right? Everyone grows up, everybody. And when they grow up, they also everybody looks back in their days in high school, they're like, oh God, why did I do that? Oh God, that was cringy. So
I low-key, at least my personal philosophy is, we do grow up, but I think we all are just the same as we were, as like always. But we are growing up because that's how society is. But like, at least like with me, like, I don't want my kid self to really ever go away. Like, I'm always gonna be like.
No, that's a fact. You can't let that cannot die no matter what, because then you become depressed. I think
that's because you are oppressed. You become depressed because you're
Oppression from oppression.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Here's my thing though. So I'll give an
That was well said. I like that.
That was actually good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
The patriarchal, you know what I'm saying? The symptoms of the patriarchy, of the, you know what I'm saying? Of the, you know what I'm saying? The domination culture that we have in society. Nah. So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Get too much into the, you know what I'm saying? Unless it's really, feel me? Unless it's I said I don't necessarily want to get too deep into that topic unless I feel like it's warranted.
We can talk about it during chop time.
Hell yeah, whether it be chop time or whether it's a certain way to, you know what I'm trying to say, integrate that into these conversations. But that could be an underlying part of toxicity. You feel me? You feel me? Trying to feel me, add that pervasive, you know what I'm trying to say, personality or actions of domination over other men, women, or children. You feel me? Just trying to dominate over the weak. And that could come into the dynamics, right? That's very much present into interrelationship dynamics, where it's like, all right, bro, we equal, bro. Whether it be male, female, male, children, whatever the case may be. nigga, why does it, nigga, you know what I'm trying to say? Nigga, we all equal. I deserve to be heard as much as you deserve to be heard. So that adds into the way the toxicity is coming from. Because toxic is toxic, but now it's where is it coming from? It might not necessarily be your fault, but you could be you feel me, who you are could be symptomatic of your relationship with, you feel me, with the underlying governing system of how we, you know what I'm saying?
How you were raised or the environment you grew up in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I can understand that.
it's not, you feel me? So it's like, but even understanding that doesn't necessarily mean that nigga can't cause me harm. I can understand this nigga and why he's like this. It don't mean that nigga can't lie me.
Right.
You feel me? It don't mean this nigga not gonna, you feel me, fuck my bitch. But at the same time, a nigga could tell you, oh, bro, you can't rap, right? Because he love you.
You being honest.
Yeah, a nigga could love you, bro, and really be telling you,
Sometimes,
feel me,
bro.
type shit. And then now, so he's still projecting unlimitations, but you know he's a loyal nigga. That's what I'm saying. But sometimes you just gotta.
That's not project. I'm not. So
My fault. I don't mean to. I think everything is connected. That's why I be going everywhere.
So-
I be trying to bring it back to one.
I feel like, so the projection thing, I don't think that's really projecting. I think that's sometimes that's like honesty. Say for example, if he's not like and I know sometimes it's kind of shitty to tell your friend he can't really rap, you know what I'm saying? Or like, but sometimes you have to be honest. Because sometimes, man, I feel like your friend's a representation of you. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. And you can't have people, this might sound toxic, but you can't have people around you looking stupid, yo, especially when like, not only you, but everyone else sees it like that. Like, I guess people be like, oh, that's like slick hating, but no, sometimes, yo, some people just don't have it and they have talent somewhere else.
Facts. But then now that comes down to why is that? Why do you want that to change? Do you want it to change for yourself? Or do you genuinely don't want that nigga to look stupid?
I don't want him to look stupid.
But I'm saying like, so now it comes down to like, to know where your heart is at. You don't want him to look stupid because you don't want to look stupid, or you don't want him to look stupid because you don't want him to look stupid.
Well, for friends, we're part of we're pretty much, like I said, it goes both ways. We're connected. Therefore, if I look stupid, he's gonna look stupid. If he looks stupid, I'm gonna look stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's like especially like if a brotherhood thing. Like, if my brother looks stupid, I'm gonna look stupid. That's how it works. Like, I mean,
It's implied, but sometimes people could take that so far as to try to control everybody.
Okay, I see where you're going. And that would be toxic and manipulative. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
In my mind, I always tell my dogs, like, that's gonna be like, whatever you do, you gonna do. You feel me? And whatever you do, I'm gonna support. You feel me? Now, at the end of the day, it's your choice. I want you to know that, but I'm gonna have to support you regardless.
Real talk.
That's how it goes. So it doesn't matter what's about to happen. At the end of the day, you look like a dumbass. Shit, I look like a dumbass with you.
No, bad.
You feel me? Like, that's real. If my man's like if my dog look, Takai my dog, would Takai look like a dumbass, or I look like a dumbass? We all look like a dumbass, bro.
I be trying to tell niggas though, nigga, we ain't gonna front. We like some dumbasses, right?
Yeah, we all like. I do.
I'm keeping it a band, but I'm here though. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I heard my name. What's going on?
You know what I'm saying? Like, when my man, like, I'm saying, like, we were talking about criticism. There's a difference between like.
Like hating.
There's a difference between hating and tell your man's the truth.
Yeah.
Like their example was like, rapping. Like, if I was some shit at rap, then I would expect y'all to tell me. For real. Like, if my song was ass, tell me so I can change it, please.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Certainly.
But like, there's also a way. It's all about how you talk to people.
The rhetoric.
Okay, so Yash, you got any?
It always come down to nuance. But like,
Yash, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, I wanted to continue.
Okay, what were you saying now? Sorry.
Well,
So,
basically, I mean, I understand that there's like bad stuff to it, you know, when it comes to breaking off a relationship or a friendship. However, the reason why you want to do it in a dignified way is because, for example, if I were to have a friend who went behind my back and did some stupid shit, right? So if I'm gonna go up to him and just start screaming, bashing, all that type of stuff, he's gonna forget about me the next day or the next week. However, if I go up to him like, hello, let's say Matt, I appreciate our long years of friendship. I appreciate the time I spent with you. However, the incident that has occurred has now led me to believe that I can't be friends with you for any longer. You betrayed me. However, I don't want to make you an enemy. I just want to make you an acquaintance. You say that, he's going to remember you for a very long time.
Damn, Matt fucked up, bro.
That's
what the
grown
fuck
man.
did Matt do, bro?
That's a grown man shit.
that was kind of crazy. That was like a weird way.
Not even a friend. I'm saying
So that's
what
what-
the fuck did Matt do?
Yeah, no, he's not a. I don't want to give the name, but like pretty much, I've had to, I've had to see friends of mine, for example, good friend of mine. He comes to school, first time I met him, didn't do drugs, didn't smoke, didn't drink, just a basketball star. Had talent like anything. You could see him, he would not play basketball for 3 months, and all of a sudden he'd come in and start cooking all the varsity basketball players. He had talent. All of a sudden he gets into some bad shit, didn't know how to deal with his mental problems, so he ended up drowning himself in drugs and alcohol. I didn't cut him off then. I just tried, wiping the vomit out of his mouth, tried, pleading with him, come back to school, pleading them, stop being with this woman. Because the thing is, when you have toxic friends and everything, that also refers to what you choose as your woman. Because they are a reflection of also what is going to influence your mentality. A woman will get in your fucking head, okay, and they will change your morals. Before, this man was going to school all the time, and all of a sudden now he's skipping school and smoking,
Anybody in your close.
But here's the thing.
Circumference, rather, has your influence. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because they say you the average of the 5 closest people, whether that be male or female, you feel me, or non-binary.
Yeah, but hear the story. Hear the story real quick. Hear the story.
Inclusive, dog.
Type shit.
It's crazy because, like, so here's why I'm trying to tell you why it's important to get those fucking toxic friends away from you.
Nah, facts.
Here's why. I told you all the good things about him. Now you're gonna listen to all the bad things that happened to him. Ended up because of that one person, it only takes one toxic friend. Understand that. That one person was now that gateway to other toxic people. Now all of a sudden you are surrounded by a circle. And those circles are basically your bars. You're now in a cage. And every time you try to get out, they give you something to distract you with so that you can't see that you're actually trapped in that circle of toxic friends. Which is why you always gotta be self-perceptive. And all of a sudden, and you couldn't hear my voice. That was the problem. I hate parties. Let me tell you though, I hate parties more than anything. Hate?
Yeah, I hate parties.
But I would still go to him.
Weed is a gateway drug.
Yeah, it is.
So now I'm saying, if you create that analogy, you feel me, between weed and that person, you feel me, he just chose to get involved with the other drugs after weed. You feel what I'm trying to say? You don't necessarily, it depends on your internal, your world is yours.
Yeah.
He could have hired shorty and then told like, yeah, da-da-da-da, but he ain't necessarily had to go along with her lifestyle. He could have changed her for the, feel me, if you could be a positive charge and be stronger than the negative influences and bring them on your type of time. But he went on her type of time. He wasn't strong enough. So it's really more so of an internal thing rather than this is necessarily. You feel me?
He lost frame.
So that's not necessarily like, I don't want to, feel me, project out to everybody in those scenarios. Because people, you could just distance yourself, right? Or you could, he could have improved her life. She could have went on that journey of self-improvement as opposed to self-deferment, or what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm trying to say?
Self-improvement?
Now I'm saying self-improvement or self...
Deterrent?
Deterrent, exactly. That's the right word.
Actually, I did that before. You have, by the way, you have beautiful vocabulary.
Good looking, bro. I be trying to read a little bit, bro.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
It's good shit.
I appreciate you,
I did that same shit that you did before. Like you were talking about, getting into a person's life and helping it fix.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized, and it's gonna sound toxic as fuck, but I remember this. I had this woman. It wasn't anything to me, but when I met them, they were obese as fuck. When I told them, when I met them, they looked like an old white middle-aged obese man. Okay.
Chill. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
serious. I walked past them 3 times and I did not recognize them. They're
No,
like,
you can't say that because that was you know what I'm trying to say?
No. Hear me out. So basically, all of a sudden one day, like I don't give a fuck about the anything. But like all of a sudden they're like talking about like
For real, bro.
Yeah.
I like this guy. I can't lie, bro.
All of a sudden no. Hear me out. So all of a sudden she's like saying to me, I want to lose weight. I want to get in shape. I want to feel alive again. Honey, you can't do that if you go on your porch smoking, drinking, having sex with random men all the time, not being able to, hold a relationship. So I just said, fuck it. Do you really want this? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Because I'm going to be a dickhead to you from now on. So every single day, I was basically like, you fat fuck, get the fuck in the gym. Do some push-ups. Hey, wait, no, hear me out. I know it sounds bad. But the thing is, for years, I had friends who were girls, right? And I was like, come on, man, you got this. You got this, being positive and everything. But I mixed it. I mixed it. I mixed both negativity and positive. Here's how I did it. Ali, listen, you've got fat on your thighs, which is a good thing. You wanna know why? Because a lot of people have more fat on their belly than their thighs, which means that you have potential to become an actual good bodybuilder. You have potential to be able to use all that. Yeah. But the thing is, you are not going to be able to accomplish that if you're sitting on your ass drinking. You're not going to accomplish that if you're sitting on your ass smoking.
There's more real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on that fucking run, because I know the next day, all of a sudden, and then I made her cut off her toxic ass friends that kept bringing the booze. I made her stop.
How do you make her? That's what I was going
Basically,
to say.
I said, how did I make her?
You didn't make her, but you incentivized her.
Yeah, how did I make her? So basically, how I did it was I attacked. Thing about me, I can.
Bro, what the fuck did you say? Like, what did you say to her?
Basically,
I feel like it's something bad.
basically,
he said something.
yeah, I'm trying to say it nicely. That's exactly. So it's like.
No. I think I know exactly what.
No,
He
okay.
associated something with actually good
So basically,
reward.
I just said like, bro, literally, the way your life is, you're gonna be a fucking loser. You're not doing shit. You're fat as fuck. And you have a bunch of mental problems. However, all the shit that you're doing right now is not going to help out at all. And you know what happened? You know what happened? Yeah. And like, yeah. Just like how y'all was talking about the rapping. That's how y'all was talking about the rapping. When you were talking about the rapping, when your friend all of a sudden he's trash as fuck, and you tell him he's trash as fuck, but you say that from the heart. You say that you can get better though.
Certain ways.
Yeah, certain ways. Exactly, but not fully negative.
Someone could if you want someone to take that message, you gotta say it in a way.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I did.
If you attack me, bro, while telling me some real shit, it's not really real shit no more.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hear nothing you're saying. If you call me a ugly fuck, don't like, you feel me? You could be telling me
No
the
body
truth.
shaming 2023. No
I
body
need to
shaming
hear-
2023.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Nah, I'm saying you could be telling me the truth, but
That does not support my image, my
Fellas.
self-image. Some words may have been
Give him
said.
the mic.
Good body images for
You
2023.
fat fuck, get up, bro. Like,
No, it was like.
if you say that message in a way that's not conducive to the person, to the recipient, then they're gonna be closed off to anything you say. You could be telling them the most insightful shit, bro. But if you attack them and denigrate them first, it's gonna make it harder for the message to get through. That's all I'm saying. Just because it worked doesn't mean it's necessarily the formula, though. You feel me? That's
how I did it. That's how I made sure to do it that way, because I knew if I was being too cruel, if I was being too rude, she was gonna be gone. She was gonna block me. So I made sure. Yeah.
That's where the nuance comes into play.
And a lot of people.
I don't mean to cut you short. I think this is all lovely, but we do have other topics we do want to cover.
Wait, let me
So,
finish the story real
appreciate
quick.
the
Let me
All
finish.
right,
I'll finish real quick. The end result was she lost 50 fucking pounds. 50 fucking pounds. She started getting her waist back. I have progress pictures actually. Her hair grew back on her eyebrows.
Word.
The balding on her hair stopped. She stopped. She was sober for like I think 2 months.
Yeah, alopecia.
She
That's what sounds like alopecia.
she stopped talking. She stopped talking to this random dude who kept bringing drugs and everything. But we cut off eventually because we stopped talking eventually because like some bad shit happened in the later. But yeah, all in all, anything is fucking possible if you have the right friend, and not don't get no fucking pussy ass bitch friend. Because the thing is, this is the difference between good people and nice people. Nice people are gonna say the things that's based on how people view them.
Yes.
But however, good people are gonna say the things that is good for you. You know?
Word.
And the thing is, if you know how to say it like how I do, or how he does it, or how anyone will do it, you can learn how to do it. Or him, boy, you're gonna help some people. You know, that's how you gotta do it. Anyways, I want to cut it short. Will you?
Thank you. No, that was nice because like that was a great example because we're getting back into it. Nah, that was mad unfair.
I did not expect that, honestly, from me. Gosh, that was crazy.
I high key did.
I mean, it's kind of
That's wild.
that, like military training, like you gotta like get to the regiment and like get some discipline in your life, kind of thing. Like
I don't believe necessarily that that's the most effective way. Like
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends on the person. listen, it's not the most effective way, but it definitely gets the job done.
I just had a feeling, like in my heart, I knew this shit was gonna work.
I guess, like
I don't know why, but it worked.
It's whatever the person is receptive to. But I'm saying the most inclusive manner would be in a respectful manner. You know what I'm saying? Unless they explicitly tell you,
but
I want you to denigrate me, right? And then you choosing not to would be a lack of respect. Because they telling you, nigga, you
where we are now,
this.
we're gonna go
I said,
into
I
the
think you
purpose
should-
of friendships and the use in friendships. I don't mean to cut anyone short, but like we do need to get to the next topic because we're almost at the hour mark, and that's when we go into chop time. So, our next topic is purpose of friendships and the use in friendships. So, still correlating to, you know, identifying bad friends and when to cut them off, whether it's in the workplace, relationships, or even partners. We kind of want to figure out, you know, for the sake of mental health, you know, when you're with others, you always feel better, but you always make sure you have the right people in your circle, like the people that are encouraging you and bringing you up, but also being quite, you know, honest with you at the same time. Like, not going to tolerate bullshit. They're going to let you know if you're doing bad. That's like, you know, plays a part in friendships. And friendships are people who stay around you, you have good acquaintance with, you have a common topic, a common goal you share, but also just, you know, good energy around. Like right here, I'd say this is like a pretty solid friendship. So, for you all, what do you believe the purpose of a friendship is?
I've been quiet for most of this episode, so I think I think
Brotherhood.
we are Army Strong.
What, you sound
The strong, the brave, the Marines.
God.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want to hear? I don't know. Willard wanted me to. Anyways.
Wait on the mic and just like start.
Anyways. No, but to actually answer your question or your prompt, I honestly believe, I think, because we think here, that if you have friends for no other reason than because you know these people, then you don't have a good group of friends. Because if you're hanging around people for no other reason than you know them, then more than likely they're dragging you into situations that you genuinely don't believe are good for you. So like, you know, if you're hanging around people and, you know, you don't actually really like these people, you have no real purpose of being around them other than you know them, then, you know, you don't agree with them on more than just one occasion. You disagree with them on most things more than likely. Because let's just say, Mess, that you're friends with Bob, all right?
Bobbert.
Anyways, so Bob, you know, you're just friends with Bob for the simple fact that you've known him since high school. All right? So, you know, Bob comes up to you, say, "Oh, hey, what's up, Mess? You know, I just, I got high all weekend long, and I spent like $2,000 just gambling."
Damn.
That's crazy.
$2,000 crazy. Did he come up at least?
No, he just.
So I actually had friends like this before. So where I would know them since like middle school, and honestly, I realized I wasn't really doing anything with them because I wasn't productive. So this is what. So originally I didn't really do anything before. Like I just kind of just chilled. Literally did not do anything. I kind of never even dug deep into any of my hobbies until one day I just stopped hanging out with this guy, and I was like, oh shit, this is what I really like to do, because I realized, yeah, I've known this guy since I was in middle school, but he wasn't productive. Like maybe he was productive for something else, but not with what I wanted to do. But I don't know, because if you're around people that are productive, you guys working on like a project, I feel like everyone's bringing equal value, you feel me? Because like
Biochem majors.
Symbiotic relationship.
I have no idea what that means, but
Productivity.
yeah.
Anyways.
So if
You're saying
if you're around like a group of friends and like that one guy doesn't do anything, he's gonna bring you like along with him, because that's what I'm saying. I guess that's when we enter this like stagnant stage, which is the most dangerous thing, because people don't realize, man, we're barely here. Yes, sir.
Now, I do have a question about that, because like, so when you see someone who's not like on the same like they're not being productive. They're not doing like the things you're aligning your values with.
Yeah.
What about like those sleepers? Like, you know, there's people who you think
You
are
warn
bad.
him and leave him if he doesn't want to wake up.
Wait, no, I'm saying not literal sleepers, like sleeper builds type deal. Like when someone you think is mad unproductive, but they're actually like grinding hard as hell behind the scenes, so they only come off. Right. So results. But do you stick around with them after the results, or you stay with them
You don't
through
even
thick
see
and
the
thin?
results half the time. Those are the type of people that just do everything in Those are the type of people that do everything in silence. That's the thing. There are people out there that don't show the results. There are people that don't like flashy, shiny out things.
No, you have
So,
to show them.
You feel me? You would
the
never know.
results- the
You would
results
never
speak
know
for
people.
themselves.
You would never know. But the thing is, like, you would never know the people that go
You're-
through, like what's going on in their
If
life.
that's
The audio.
your mans, if that's your mans,
Mess.
you would know something like at least a little.
These-
No, no.
I would have
So how to? So this is how, because that was a question you had, right? Saying how would you handle something like that? Or, you know, if you had a friend who doesn't really show any results that they're working really hard, but they actually are.
Yeah.
So what you would have to do is you'd sit down with this friend. You know, you don't have to bring this up in front of everyone.
No.
You just sit down with them and say, "Hey, Jim, you know, we're all working really hard, but you know, it seems that you might have been falling behind or something like that." And you know, however it goes down, because sometimes even
I feel like that's different in comparison to somebody who genuinely does their things in like quiet. Because there's just some people that I don't like people in my business. Like,
Yeah.
as a person, I feel like that's
How you gonna know?
Yeah, for sure. Also that speaks on your personality with people. You know what I'm saying? Like how you trust a person or how you view.
word.
You know, if I already know like y'all already know me, I don't really talk. I don't talk about what I'm doing. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
That's not the type of person I am. But they know me, so they know I'm about what I talk about. Feel me? I feel like that's different than just seeing a homeboy, just someone someone we see around. Like how I just met you. If you didn't have work to show for it, I would just think you would BS me. You feel me? That's real life. And if I didn't have work to show for it, I feel like you would be like, what the? I mean,
Well, I think in the line of business, it's kind of in the line of business that we work in. I think that's how that's how it works no matter what. Like, say if you make beats, if you're not really showing me really really what you're working with, I'm gonna be like, all right, bro.
All right,
I'm gonna be polite about it and be like, all right, bro.
yeah.
Bro, when I was in California, if that shit was bad, they'll be like, honestly, California and New York is let me see how many followers you got, and it's one of those type of things. No, it is corny.
It is.
It is, Mac, bro. You know what I'm talking about, bro.
Now, it's this new day and age. I would say.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. No, you make a valid point, because if you didn't show me any work, I'd be all right, that's cool, bro. That's it. It ends up, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've definitely had some possible connections where that was it, because I had no work to show for. Because people
At the end of the, I think followers is
you have to have something to show.
followers is different from work though.
that is true. You're right.
Work is work.
Right.
Followers is just
Cloud. It's just a cloud. Yeah, it's a cloud contest.
I feel
I'll take.
over there, Cali, New York, those shitty ass, very
Big
shallow.
cities.
Yeah, it's a shallow
crazy.
place where there's where there's real fucking
Soho.
New York, LA. There's real money there. You know what I'm saying? You can't really say there isn't. You feel me?
it's
So
different,
I feel
it's different aspects of everything.
I know,
There's
but
two
it's
sides to every
entertainment.
coin.
I mean, followers make sense there, bro.
Followers is a sign.
If you, exactly, it's a status, but money is I was just talking about
So
this
we-
shit.
people want
Wasn't
that
I was just talking about this shit.
We talking about credibility, right?
But money's
So
a
it's
status symbol. Everything we chasing after is a status symbol. We're not chasing after nothing else but status symbols. What you mean? You telling me you gaining money to gain status? Because
That's not everybody. Not everybody.
purpose, but
Not everybody.
Real.
That's not everybody.
That can't be the byproduct, because if you otherwise you would be okay with the survivability of money, of just being okay with the
Feel me? We
minimum
don't have
wage
to
job. You would
villainize
be able
money,
to live
though.
within $200 a week or $100, $50 in a week. You would be able to live between that.
Money
For
is
real, I'm just saying that's the real thing. That's a real life thing. Otherwise, you could live in a different country and literally live bare minimum. There's no reason.
I don't think we have to
Everything
villainize money though.
That's not villainizing money. That's realism. Of the
We're
realism.
talking about friendships here.
Cause look,
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at it from a perspective of
Mr. Benjamin as much as everyone else is.
money is generated.
Me and Benji's being like this.
Money is
$50 a week, but it's not necessary.
money is a result of of contribution. of output. How much goods and services are you producing
Like, you
to
have what
stimulate the
people want.
economy?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you have what-
So
I mean, it's pointless though. It's not a real thing.
it's really a relationship
shouldn't be a
of
real thing.
it's a function of how much are you contributing to society. So if you focus on your contributions, you accrue money. But focusing on money doesn't necessarily improve your contributions.
That doesn't-
So now I'm saying that you don't have to villainize money in of itself, because I'm focusing on contributing to society and providing service and goods to make, you know what I'm saying, bringing value. If I bring value to other people, it makes me more valuable. That's just how money works.
I see both
So
your
that's
points.
why there's no
You
reason
can't
to
villainize
villainize money.
You can't
can,
villainize money, but you also can't give money like the hero status. It plays each in order.
You can't
Depends on the
villainize
individual.
anything.
I'm not disagreeing. For me, but I'm saying it depends on how we collectively look at money and treat money
Right.
down to a group of people. How we, like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
the,
that's like-
the governing actions of how we, because now how we feel individually doesn't control how society feels about it as a whole. You know what I'm saying? We all millions and billions of cells, but we still have an individual mind of how we control the cells. So if you liken that to society, we all can have individual thoughts, but society is governed by, you know what I'm saying, the policies that are in place. So, and whether that would be, you feel me, right wing, feel me, politics in a political, you know what I'm saying? In a individualistic, you know, like in an economy that promotes the productivity, the production of goods on an individualistic sense, and privatization of ownership, privatization of goods. So now I'm saying that's how, you know, we operate as a body of people, but everybody can have their own, you feel me, type.
We have a source of energy that kind of makes us go around and gives us purpose in the morning. So money, we're talking about the, it got real off topic. We went from talking about friendships to getting into money, which, you know, money can definitely be the ender of all
Absolutely.
Money can be an ending of all friendships. But now that we kind of hit past our hour marks, and now we're getting into this segment called Chop Time.
Yo, let's talk about some chill shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what it is. Chop Time is, let me explain it real quick.
I want this shit one cool whenever you get the chance pertaining to the previous question.
I got you. We'll get back to it. Just so I'll explain. Chop Time is a time where we're really going to chop it up, talk our shit. We're completely off script now from talking about our topic for the podcast. This is really a time for the guest to kind of,
That's fire.
the guest gives their chance to speak on what they want to talk about, and we kind of all pass the mic around and add it and just, you know, it's almost like guy time. Just chop it up. Pretty much. Opening up the floodgates. So, starting now, we are going off into Chop Time. Who would like to start?
I guess I would.
I just want to finish the one.
All right, we got Pete finish though.
I want to have one quote to finish. My fault. I ain't mean to, you know what I'm saying, hold the mic or nothing like that. It was just a quote, like an African proverb that you feel me, that has stuck with me throughout life thus far, you feel me? And it's basically, if you want to go fast, you go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. So that goes back into saying, like, you said, you ask, I appreciate you, brother, you feel me? When you ask, when you ask, you feel me, what is the purpose of relationships? And you know what I'm saying? So ideally, we want to build, you know, interdependent relationships where it's not a dependency, right? Where you need me or I need you, but if we work together, we do better than if we work alone. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm on one side of the farm, I'm producing 2, right? And if you on the other side, you produce 2. So that's 4. But now when we working on the same side of the farm, we produce 6. You feel me? So that's the interdependency. So it's just, you feel me? How I look at it, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. You feel me? So I just wanted to highlight that.
That's fine.
My fault.
I would tap that shit on me. No cap.
Word, that shit comes
to your buddy.
Like, you giving me ideas, bro.
That's a hard ass.
We got tattoos, man.
I have no tattoos. That'll be my first tattoo. No cap.
Can't wait.
All right, but getting into Chop Time. So, Meer, you like to start it off?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, this week in Meer Made,
Because I'm sipping on that Meer made.
Thank you. Well, let's learn about mythic structure. So, you guys know how like every movie you got like your standard stuff, the protagonist, like your storyline, archetypes, hella structure. So like all these archetypes, they kind of are all like they're basically one person. Like there's always a hero. Like all these archetypes describe a hero, and like from the beginning of time we have these archetypes since like caveman days, like painting like the man with the spear.
Yeah.
Like so to add on to that, we also have like acts in our lives. So like it's usually the structure is usually like a 3-act structure, and you can put this structure within like your lifetime, multiple points in time. So it's kind of like questing almost, like you could think about it, but like some quests take a lot longer, like reaching level 24 rather than like killing 10 wolves or something. That's how I like to think about it, at least.
Okay.
And like you can see these acts, like for example, like high school, like the completion of high school, like your first year is Act 1, then like your middle 2 years would be Act 2, and then your senior year would be the final act, Act 3. And then like within these acts, they break it down even more to like you have like a call of action, like you're going to high school. Why? Because you need to get this degree. That's your call of action. And then like that happens in like Act 1, and then like it just builds up, and then you have like the climax, which is usually like trying to get into college, like.
Yeah.
And then like you can have an act structure that's your whole entire life, and it's the same. It would still follow those same structures.
Same patterns, yeah.
And it's kind of universal. We portray it in movies and like all our stories, and it's just like it's kind of wild how that is.
No, that's cool how it correlates to our life. Like, if you really think about it that way, like, everyone can bash me for this shit, but I do believe they're like personality types. Yeah, you can fuck with me. I'm only saying this because I'm gonna flex my personality type. I'm like, right. My personality type is like the protagonist, so that's why I was like that. That fucking shocked me in my mind.
Bro, what? Oh, Luffy. Don't go no.
Bro got the slave fruit.
That's racist.
Hold on, what
That's racist.
I can't even laugh
This
at
man
that.
said I got the slave. No, go.
You said what?
You call me Django pretty much. That's wild.
Can I even laugh at that?
Yeah, go ahead. You can laugh. But no, I mean, it's for real. Like, we all have acts in our life. We all have different steps and stages. And like we always have, we have rising actions, we have falling actions. There's a climax.
It even goes in like one day. Like you can have that whole thing just every day. It's the same. It's
Oh, for sure. Honestly, right now, I think I'm still in Act 1.
Mathematical concept of fractals.
Mhm.
You know,
Alright, you lost me now.
No.
Spiral, perfect spiral.
Yeah.
But then also that everything is
Everything fits. Yeah, good.
Bro, you just saying words at this
No,
point.
that's a person. Fibonacci.
It's like-
Yeah. No matter how much you zoom in. So it's the, you feel me? It's just like
that's what the
like a
Fibonacci-
recursive. It's a recursive pattern.
The Fibonacci sequence is like the original fractal because it is like it's adding itself, like it goes. It starts at 0, but you plus 1 just to get it started, and then 1 plus 1 because 1 was the first thing, and then now it's 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Then you go 3 plus 2 because 2 is now the last one. 5. 5 plus 3, and it just keeps adding up. And when you graph it, it's a spiral that goes forever.
How yeah. So if you were to zoom in and you were to constantly perpetually zoom in, you will have the same image no matter how much you zoom in. So now if you take that concept going back to the act sequence of our lives, you can say like on a greater scheme, that pattern is pervasive. You zoom in.
that keeps repeating itself in different parts of
Man,
my life.
shout out to college algebra. Yeah.
It's an example of a fractal.
Like the human
Hold on, I'm gonna switch to you, gang.
Patterns. Fractals are infinitely complex that are
yeah.
similar across different scales. They are created by repeating a simple process over and over in an ongoing feedback loop, driven by recursion. Fractals are images of dynamic. So that's just what it was making me think of. For me, it's like a mathematical, geometrical shit.
Nah,
Personally, I don't believe that at all.
Down to
Listen-
the cells to the highest.
I kind of see where you're coming from because like I be thinking out through my life, like I be thinking throughout my life, like there have been times where like I'm not with complete different crews, but kind of, especially because like what I'm into, you know what I'm saying? So like originally I used to skate, so like I was around like a lot of skaters, but some of them weren't into music. So it was kind of like once I like started getting more into music, it was kind of like, damn, where the fuck y'all at? But like, and it sucked because sometimes they'll pass in, I'll be like, damn, bro, that's a season 1 character in my season 7. Like, holy shit, bro, you got a beard, and I'm like, yo,
Bro, where you been at?
like where you been at? Whole time they'll have like a straight Sasuke ass arc and all that. I'm like, damn, bro. Like I always say this, man. I have a friend who he got fucked over so bad, bro. Like he was a really cool guy, bro.
He
Came
went
back
from
with a different.
Naruto to Sasuke,
No,
bro.
bro went from he not only that, bro switched political affiliations. Went from the hardcore Democrat to bro was like, hell no. Anyway,
Sasuke, your heart is not full of hatred.
bro, bro took the red pill, but that's all I'm saying on that.
He took multiple red pills, bro.
You went from Aaron from season 1 to Aaron from season 4.
Shinjo Sasagi
Hold
no
up, it's my
Salutes.
time for chop time though. Me and Maxwell about to talk about some shit.
Talk to us.
Yeah. So we can just ask about anything, right?
Ask what anything.
Yeah.
Talk
So
Literally
are you guys,
anything.
like, all right, I'm curious about other guys as well. Like, are you guys spiritual at all? Like,
I know about
like, do dudes be having spiritual experiences as well, like type shit?
You know, I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but wait, I know. I low-key feel like I be having spiritual experiences, just like maybe 2 or 3.
And what do you mean by that? I want you to really divulge
like
that.
when I say a spiritual experience, it's like a moment where I'm like changing my whole understanding of life from how I thought everything was gonna be to where everything either goes downhill, is taken away from me, and I have to like build myself back up. And also like on a short time chick, if I'm like talking to a shawty or something, and I get like that tingly vibe, I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this, the fuck's going on? Like this is some chemistry building. Like what the fuck is this? Like I can't put a scientific
kind of tingly.
like pins and needles. Yeah, pins and needles. I can't really put a scientific explanation on it, but like if I can't explain it, it's spiritual. That's how I would see it.
So, Willard here said he knew what my response was going to be, and my response to spiritual, was it experiences, awakening, was it something like that? I don't really believe in that kind of stuff because I believe that anything that that happens to us, has happened to us, or will happen to us is done for a specific reason. You know, that Allah is, you know, He doesn't hate anyone. All people are His people.
I respect your belief.
Yeah, and then that, you know, some of us are just more educated into His purpose for us than others. And so I don't believe in a form of spirituality that doesn't involve, you know, there being one God and Him having a purpose for all of us.
Okay, have you ever had ghost experiences as well? Like you've never had any ghost experiences or any?
Yo, what about like the spirit? Like, I mean, I feel like I believe. What you looking at, boy? Bitch ass boy.
Whoa, let's slow down here.
Oh, my fault.
You want to on your plantation now.
Yeah.
Well, what was your question?
Nah, bro. I'm just playing, bro.
You've never had a ghost experience as well either?
I mean, I've had weird things happen to me, but I wouldn't call them ghost experiences.
I mean, I feel like spiritual doesn't just mean ghost experience, though. Like, it can be like literal, like spiritual, like
So what is the definition?
destiny. Like,
Yeah,
life has a reason. Literally, what you said, life has a reason. That's a spiritual value.
Okay,
You
so
can't-
I
you
guess
can't
just our
physically see. You can't physically see your destiny.
Okay.
But you feel me? You have a spiritual value.
All right, I got the
You know
definition.
what I'm saying?
if you believe in a soul, it kind of.
That's not even a soul,
Holy
bro.
Spirit type vibe. So like spiritual is an adjective relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things. So like an example is I'm responsible for his spiritual welfare, the spiritual values of life. It's also a noun, you know, oh wow, they really put Negro spiritual in here. A religious song of a kind of associated with black Christians of of southern U.S. and thought to derive from the combination of European hymns and African musical elements by black slaves. That's crazy.
So, comment on the spirituality thing. Look out, because spirituality as a religion is going. Cause a lot of people
I think it's crazy
I
that.
wouldn't even want to separate it from, like what you were saying. I feel like that's a subset of spirituality. That, you know what I'm saying, that you in tune with certain aspects of spirituality, but just from a different perspective. You feel me? Like religion, I feel like religion is a subset of spirituality. Even like, I think spirituality, how I define it, is just like a transmutation of energy and electricity. For me, down to a molecular, cellular level. And being in tune with what's really going on from a psychological, you know what I'm saying, neuro, you feel me?
It almost plays in like intuition. Like how you got that feeling when you know something's up, but you like maybe never even experienced this before.
Hell yeah. But then that all comes down to what hormones are being released, you feel me? Into the what glands are signaling, or rather releasing hormones into the bloodstream. So it's really exactly what's really going on in the body. So I think that's all in tune with the spirituality. Because how did that happen? One of the, for me, don't call me, but it's like the hypothalamus and shit like that. It sends electrical signals to certain glands to release those hormones that make you feel adrenaline, that make you feel fear, that make you, and it all starts over your thoughts. So I think that all in tune with spirituality, of really understanding how life really works. I think that's spirituality, understanding how energy is transferred and transmuted from whatever perspective that you take. You feel me?
Yeah, I would say, I guess, I guess I would just have to say that I'd have to explain why I made such a distinction.
No problem.
So,
Bro, take the Quran off that, bro.
Yeah, bro. What?
I feel like that's what he was getting at.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Bro,
anyways,
you're wild.
I don't know what Willard's on over here, but
The reason I was asking, like, just in general, like, about the spirituality is just because I felt like I've had certain moments throughout my life where I just genuinely could not describe it. And I was just like, yeah, no explanation for it. And not only that, but it also runs in my family too. Like, my grandma, like, used to have to, like, tune out, like, her ability to, like, read people. Like, she said she used to, like, be able to, like hear spirits or like dead relatives and stuff like that. And she used to also get, like, premonitions as well, like, see events that would happen in the future and stuff like that. And both my parents have spiritual moments on both of their sides. And, like, even from a young age, like, the first house we lived in was haunted as shit. Like,
That's
haunted as a motherfucker.
I'd be
Like,
scared as shit, bro.
like showers would just turn on, and like there was one time my dad came back from work and he unplugged the microwave, and then the microwave turned on.
What? Hey, yo. Hey,
I have a wild.
hey, yo.
Burn in the microwave.
Like,
Burn in the
Infinite electricity glitch?
it even taps into like when I'm playing music, or like even when I'm making beats. Like, there's been moments I've been making beats in my life where I was playing and not a single thought was going on in my head, but just like it was just playing, like music was coming out of me. I have no explanation, just like it was just whoosh. And I don't even know how to play the piano. Like
That sounds like Beethoven moment. Yeah, because he would
crazy.
Beethoven,
That's Zaytoven.
the black Beethoven.
Just like getting
Ludwig
caught
Bach.
up in like the sound, just like the sounds you're creating from the piano, just like figuring out what patterns are supposed to go next in the beat, just like completely taken over by the music.
Like a create, like a compliment, that's what some shit.
Yeah, go for it.
Bro, like I feel that, like, oh shit, it fucking turned red. Yeah.
But I'll just say, while they're trying to figure that out.
All right, we figured it out. You don't gotta say anything.
I was just gonna say my definition of spirituality, because that was spirituality.
Spirituality.
All right.
Bro. Go ahead.
No,
spit it.
I was just gonna say that because both of you asked earlier what my definition was for it. And so the reason I made that distinction was because personally I grew up struggling figuring out who I was as a person. And, you know, a big part of who you are as a person comes down to how you respond to situations, and I wouldn't say exactly just your religion or how you feel connected to this world. I would feel is a better way of actually being an answer to that. And so for a while, I didn't really know. And I know Mess is going to relate to this. For a while, I didn't really believe that God really cared about anything for anyone. And, you know, I was raised Christian for a while. And then I started reading the Quran, and I realized that I actually was a Muslim because my father was one. And so I make the distinction because I talked to quite a few people who actually believed in spirits and ghosts and all that kind of stuff, but really they didn't really have any kind of useful meaning out of it, where they would just say, oh, I feel like astrology, for example. I feel the chakras aligning, and, you know,
That's the thing.
Anyways.
Not him accusing Will of smoking crack.
Yeah. And, you know, it's like
not Will accidentally smoking some crack on his way.
Yeah, Will, what
Chakra.
the chakra?
That's the thing. How would you describe?
Yeah,
Do you
like-
believe in Western medicine?
No, I don't disagree with astrology.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, I
weaving
would
hand
agree with
signs
that.
so you can walk on the wall or something. But it was a joke. Anyways, I'm trying to explain something. So like people would explain like feng shui also being another one of those spiritual things that, you know, sharp edges shorten your lifespan.
Question, bro.
Yeah, what's your question?
Do you believe in academia?
In what sense?
Like, do you believe in what they're teaching us here?
Well, this is a bit of
This could
a
be a religion, right?
yeah.
Say we could liken it. It's a belief system.
No, yeah, I know exactly what you said. I was gonna say that was a loaded question, and personally, I think that a lot of the stuff they teach here is for no other purpose than to literally make sure that you're able to do as you're told.
Okay, but do you believe in the content of the knowledge?
For the most part, it really depends on the subject, because a lot of the subjects here that they teach are, actually have merit, and some of the stuff that they teach here, I would believe, is quite literally baseless.
So you believe in applied sciences?
Yeah.
Would you, such as like,
Chemistry, physics, biology?
Do you apply like the regular basics of science? Do you agree with scientific knowledge?
yeah, I believe that there is a way of actually denoting that this works and this doesn't.
Yeah. So you believe everything has an actual reason that could be explained?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying, are you currently in alignment, right? In a sense, is your knowledge currently in alignment with the beliefs of the chemistry, right? Modern, contemporary chemistry, biology. Yeah, of the sciences you study, contemporary chemistry, biology, and physics. Because now you can argue, right, that if you look at all of this from a chemical composition standpoint, then you just explaining everything that's spiritual from its molecular status down to the atomic, composition of things. And then what do atoms consist of? Protons, neutrons, and electrons, which create the, the electrical, field.
I completely understand
Positive charges and negative charges, you feel me? With the protons and the electrons. And that gives, you feel me? Electricity and magnetism are 90-degree relationship to each other. So I'm saying that all of this, like, while, you feel me? You might just look at it on the surface level, but I think everything has the scientific explanation, that some of it which is already existing, right? To explain the phenomenons that we are seeing and experience. And it's just science is catching up to a lot of these phenomenons in a sense, because sometimes it might not necessarily be up to date with the contemporary discoveries that we've made. But it's like, don't dismiss nothing because it's not well understood, well explained by whomever. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because all of this can be explained, like all the chakras and shit can be explained from a hormonal, I'm trying to say, in a glandular level on our body. In relation to, it's not even that they haven't been explained, they haven't necessarily been bridged in a colloquial sense by the masses. Most niggas not going to explain spirituality from a psychological level. And I'm saying psychological, not just manipulate. Like, for me, I'm talking about from the actual biological composition of animals and beings and humans. You feel me? With what chemicals are actually being released into the bloodstream that are causing this, that, and the third. These changes in our character.
That's what hormones are. We do know that.
Nah, but I'm saying most niggas are not explaining.
That's what steroids are. Literally,
I think he would.
Of like those certain things. Like, isn't there certain ways enhancers are?
I think you're speaking from a naturalist perspective, where everything is like tied to through like all different like disciplines and all that.
Everything is one.
Yeah.
There's only There's only one objective reality.
Yeah.
So now,
Yeah. No. Okay. I know. Okay. So.
My truth.
Okay. Yeah. My truth. So no. Like. Okay. So then we're understanding that there's only one reality. Like no such thing as two truths. That's a very. Honestly, I would argue that's very manipulative. The two truths thing. That's like me saying like, yo, like the sky is green.
No.
No, shut the fuck up. Like, no, it's no.
I don't necessarily. I wouldn't, like, for me, like, if you write a 6 and then someone's on that side of the table and I'm on this side of the table, it's about perspective, right? But then,
bro,
the matter, right? The matter, the mass of that object is constant. However we perceive the matter and the mass associated with that object, with that is up to perception. But the matter and the mass associated with that is what it is, type shit. So that's what's universally constant, despite us being here or not being here.
So something trippy about reality is we only know how we ourselves perceive reality. Like, I have no idea how you perceive reality. Like my blue could be your purple. Like it could be like kind of wild. Like how our brains perceive our realities individually. And yeah, that's my little scientific piece on that.
But then it comes down to the electromagnetic radiation that's coming from that, you know what I'm saying? The matter and the mass associated to whatever color that is constant. However we see it, whatever our eyes are receiving, whatever photons are receiving, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be objective depending on our neurochemistry, for me. So it's like, all right, cool. But now it's to be an objective. Okay, this is what's really, you know, like that's why they use the scientific tools and shit to measure the measurable. You feel me? On what frequency? What's the frequency of that? You know what I'm trying to say, of that joint. So now it's like however we perceive that frequency is different. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's the quantifiable thing. Everything could be quantified. Like that's how we have computers. That's how we have a lot of. That's how we explain all the natural shit. But that's the type of nigga I am, though. That's just how I look at it.
A lot of people think that, like, blind people, it's like closing your eyes, but, like, nah, that motherfucker can't even see the color that we... Because when we close our eyes, we see black. They don't see black. They don't see anything.
Yeah.
And I would also just like to make this known to the general public, like that questioning spirituality isn't only just by like us. Like the CIA has looked into it as well, and like even looked into astrological like astro projecting and stuff like that. Like really seeing to unlock your full mental ability. So if the CIA took enough time out of their day when they're faced with high security forced questions to deal with, what does that say?
Joe Dispenza,
The fifth
dimension.
dimension.
Whole study on that.
The fifth dimension is real, for sure.
This is fact.
There's another source. There's another way of
I
understanding.
mean, dimensions just keep going up because
there's just
the
so
fourth dimension is time.
Yeah, there's like I'm telling you, there's just things we can't see. There's definitely things out there that can see stuff that we can't.
Oh yeah.
And there's things that we can't see that are around us at all times.
I be thinking that sometimes. I don't.
That's where the thought of souls come from. To be honest, that's a thought of ghosts that only certain people can see through the next dimension. That's the thought.
And that ties back into, from a scientific relationship, the electromagnetism, magnetism frequency.
There's this.
That's the radiation above a certain frequency that we can't see.
There's like this one. There's like one case I could tell y'all about though. That's like that real life shows that like that's human evolution like prime. Damn, bro. Damn. There we go. All right. There was this white lady, right? She has like an extra cone in her eyes, and so she sees the world in an entire different way than us. She sees more colors, different colors that nobody has ever seen before. And she's the only person in the world that can see that. She sees the world in a whole different light, just because of one little difference. One difference.
And then you hit to the
It's
rainbow
one
strip,
difference. And the thing is, we're gaining.
the rainbow mantis shrimp.
We like think
It
about
has
it.
16 cones of.
Think about. Hold on, no. But think about it. I'm saying, think about it. We're like humans took the cognitive route. We took the reasoning route. The reasoning route. That's what our conscience is. Like that's our choice of evolution. The animals chose a different choice of evolution. That's why they're the way they are. But we chose our route went the opposite way of everything.
So that we didn't choose though.
I mean it was.
I don't think we necessarily
It was
chose.
evolution.
Evolution is not a choice. I mean you can't even argue whether we can't. There's no argument behind it. It's like it's just no argument.
I just feel
But like, it's obviously I'm not literally saying choice, dog. I'm saying like.
That's important. Like words matter.
No, but the thing is,
that's common sense. How can you choose evolution?
That's what I'm trying
How
to
can
say,
you
though.
choose an adaptation? If I had a sixth toe, can I choose to have a
we
sixth
just.
toe?
I think.
Like, you can't. That's just common
I think
sense.
How much stress you have, and then it just evolves over time. Like if
I
you're
feel
not strong enough to like win a fight, let's say like you're in the UFC,
That's not evolution.
That's not evolution, bro.
I'm fine.
Evolution is like, nah, bro. Like I'm saying, this girl literally can see the world in a different light every day. So eventually there's gonna be another step of the human evolution,
I mean, we're gonna end up.
and we're gonna see it. And there's gonna be so advanced that we don't understand
I
it.
think scientific. I think it's gonna
No,
be a
bro.
scientific.
That's how
we're
that comes
gonna-
from people being inbred.
We're gonna be able to manipulate biology to give ourselves new light cones at some point in our future.
Yeah, I mean it's like, bro, we're so close to.
Once we learn
we
how to,
are
like,
at human enhancement.
Take traits out of animals and be able to make them.
Not even that. Nike. Look, listen. Nike had this thing.
5 minutes on. So
Look.
that we're gonna finish off here, but I'm gonna wrap it up after we.
Bet. Nike has these contact lenses. I just saw them on Instagram that literally are banned from athletes because they make it easier to see quicker things in your peripherals.
Oh yeah, don't give that shit to
Yeah,
Steph.
don't give it. That's what I'm saying. Literally, there was an NFL player who bought the rest of the stock. They're literally bought all of the stock and was caught wearing them on the field. This is a real life thing that happened. I think. I mean, I just saw it on Instagram. Don't quote me. But the packaging looked real. I looked up the actual thing. Nike makes these. They're contact lenses, and they literally are enhancing contact
What are they
lenses that are
called?
free. They're for the public. Man, I don't know, bro. You think I pay? I can look it up. Look up Nike Vision Enhancing Contact Lenses or something. But I'm telling you, we're on, bro. Literally, has anyone seen those people that started the height enhancers?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all saw
Yeah.
that where it's like actual surgery. It's
Nike
like
Maxite?
yeah, those are real things.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, we're there. It's just that they're not gonna. Why would they advertise? Why would they advertise to you guys? What are you gonna gain from seeing objects?
Getting better.
Yes, bro.
It's probably discontinued because it gave someone an unfair advantage.
Bro, that's
type
what
stuff,
I'm
yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
bro. And
It's weird.
bro, how much you want to bet? A lot of this stuff was invested by
want
the
people to get
military, bro. This is
Bro, they're selling
they don't want
Sharingans.
regular people having stuff. Bro, I'm not for real. They don't want regular people having that. That's what it comes down to, bro. Like it really is that people don't want us to have these things.
Yeah.
These enhancements of the public is a real thing. If human enhancement is a real thing, we're just starting it. Like if you just see, they're just introducing it with all this BBL whatever, just so it's like on the beauty level. Look, hold up. Now fashion has always been no. Don't even play. Fashion and all that shit has always been the start of everything. You can't tell me anything. Look at it. No, I'm saying that's like it's an enhancement. It's an enhancement. No, I'm saying all of these things start off with beauty. It starts off with beauty though. That's the reality. You have to appeal to people in the way that they'll appeal.
You're
all of
totally
these
having
things.
a nicer couch than the one that you had before isn't an enhancement.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna enhance something, bro.
Still has the purpose of me sitting on the couch, like going from being bald to
Bro.
having
Do you like your girl with a big butt?
I think the difference.
Okay then that's what I'm saying. If your girl, it's an enhancement. But imagine if you could just take a pill and become 6'5", fucking 275, pure muscle, 8-pack. Would you take that? Would you take that shit? No. I'm just saying. Imagine, but you know how many? I'm saying, do you know how many people would?
just grew
take that? Do you know how many people would? But I'm saying, do you know how many people would take that?
On a genealogy.
Hey, no, but I'm saying that's a real thing that will eventually
changing the actual DNA in a living being.
All I'm saying is if Elon Musk and all these rich people are telling us literally that in the next 20 to 30 years we should be expecting that level of human enhancement and stuff that's going into our brains, chips that's going into our brains to help us access our lives.
No, I'm gonna get on.
That's what I'm saying.
Full cyberpunk.
I'm
What
saying-
y'all talking about?
I'm saying-
I swear to God,
Nah,
I'm getting a machine gun arm.
No, I'm God, for real.
Spank
But
somebody.
like, it's gonna be. This is real life. What it's gonna be, human enhancement.
This is all lovely. Like I appreciate every single one of you and the time we've had, but we do have to wrap it up because our next topic for next week will be AI and therapy and how that will like. We want to see how that plays out because open chat AI and all that.
AI therapy is crazy.
Think about it.
TTP 5 is coming out soon.
So that's what we're gonna be talking about next. But thank
seems
you
so
all for
excited.
coming on. Let's see. Meer, thank you. D, thank you. Maxo, thank you. Pete, thank you. And two co-hosts,
I'm always here.
Ness and Takai.
Man.
Appreciate you to the moon and back.
Drink water. Remember,
Right.
drink water.
Right. So my name is Will.
Water.
This is Peace by. Damn.
And if you drink anything but water, it's all about Pepsi. Fuck Coke.
New York vibes. Alright, so
I said,
this
fuck
is the
Coke.
Peace
It's all
by
about
Peace
Pepsi if you drink
podcast. So
anything
just
but
remember,
water.
you always matter. You are always important. And first and foremost, put yourself first and continue to improve. Because we're here to support you. Also, we're all not professionals, so if you do need help, please go seek therapy. Thank you.
For real. Honestly, yes. Yeah, but so, man, Pepsi's like the New York City staple for real, bro.
Where do we upload these?